I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. At Tuesday's Senate Appropriations Committee hearing, Senator Patrick Leahy questioned Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin about competing against China. Austin said that non-defense investment was, quote, critical. Take a listen for the Defense Secretary's full response.
Secretary Austin, I've spoken to you privately about this, but you know how much I've appreciated seeing you and Secretary of State Blinken working hand in hand, not only here in the U.S., but on your trips abroad, including the very important one to Ukraine. I think your partnership's been a driving force. A few years ago, I wondered if the United States could get our NATO allies and our other partners to join on the same page. The two of you, President Biden, you've all worked very, very hard to do that, and I think that is so important. Secretary Austin, do you agree that the investments we make in non-defense discretionary spending to ensure the fitness, health, and education of the future force are also essential to our national security?
I do, Chairman.
Well, we're on the cusp of negotiating a final comprehensive bill that is going to ignite our efforts to be able to compete with China. The investments made by that legislation would empower the Department of Commerce to provide a jolt to the microelectronics industry in our country, bringing on shore the development of critical national security technologies. We've seen the press in the last 2 days how things have slowed down considerably in our country on solar energy, for one, because the reliance on China and those countries they control. How important are the resources in non-defense research? Obviously, we all agree on the importance in defense research, but in non-defense research and development, ensure our nation's national security, cybersecurity, and economic independence from foreign manufacturing.
Well, I think it's critical, Chairman, and let me, before I answer in full, let me just again thank you for your many years of service to our nation. On behalf of the Department of Defense, we are truly grateful for your leadership and your support of defense. So I believe your question was, how important is the investment in non-defense related research to us? I would say it's very important. As you know, over the years, we have benefited from a number of developments that have taken place in the civil sector, and again, it's putting together a number of capabilities and building capacity in ways that hasn't been done before. That creates a tremendous opportunity for us. So I think it's very, very important to answer your question, Chairman.
Thank you, and thank you for the kind personal comments, too. General Milley, I looked at your written remarks. You discussed the importance of working with our allies and our partners. Today, and I use this because the example could be from many states, but the Vermont Air National Guard is doing that in Europe on deployment. I'm a longtime supporter of the National Guard State Partnership Program. Our state recently added Austria to its existing partnerships with Nigeria and North Macedonia. In light of Russia's aggression in Ukraine, the success we've had in cementing our NATO partnerships, can you speak to the relationships between state National Guards, not just Vermont, obviously, but National Guards and our international partners?
Thanks, Senator. And I, too, want to echo the Secretary's comments and thank you for your half-century of public service. Deeply appreciated and and I know all of us in uniform appreciate your leadership. With respect to the State Partnership Program, to go from big to small, allies and partners are an asymmetric advantage for the United States. Neither China nor Russia have anything close to the allies and partner network that the United States has. Just as an example of that, last week I was with Secretary of Defense Austin in Ramstein, and he called a meeting. In 6 days, 42 countries, ministers of defense, and my counterparts, chiefs of defense, all showed up in Ramstein to coordinate and synchronize support to the ongoing struggle in Ukraine. Russia has nothing comparable to that. They have Belarus and maybe a couple others. That's about it. China certainly doesn't have the network around. So allies and partners are critical. They're a critical component of the national defense of the United States, and it's one of our asymmetric advantages. The National Guard from all the different states play a very important role in that. Each one of our units has state partnership programs. We'll take Ukraine for an example. In Ukraine, California is aligned with them, along with others. Those have been invaluable to maintain the connective tissue between our militaries. So it's an important program at the micro-tactical level, but it also has very great strategic effect.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.